Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Hey to everybody who's watching this video. Today I have my long awaited DIY shea butter mix video. So just as a quick disclaimer, you can alter these measurements in any way that you want. You could also add any products that you want, but this is what I usually add to my shea butter mix. So I'm adding about 4 tablespoons of shea butter, and when I do these measurements, it lasts me for about 6 to 8 months depending on how often I use the mix. I use it on my hair and my body whenever my skin is dry. I use it as a sealant on my hair. It's very multi-purpose, and that's one reason that I love it. Also, the ingredients that you put should be towards what you want. If you want your skin to be more moisturized, maybe you should add stuff that is known to be moisturizing. If you want your skin to have a glow or get rid of dark marks, definitely look for oils that will give that to you. Also, when it comes to doing this process, it can get a little bit messy, so make sure that you're in an area and you're using utensils that you don't mind to get messed up. So the second ingredient that I use is, of course, coconut oil, my favorite. And I add a lot of this because it kind of helps to loosen it up a little bit. When it comes to the brand of coconut oil, it doesn't really matter. So I just added about 2 tablespoons of the coconut oil to my mix. The next thing that I will be adding is a hair oil that I like to put in my hair. It's actually in a pomade form, but I really like this oil. I'll leave it in the description box. It has about 20 different oils in it. It's all natural, and I absolutely love it, especially as a sealant for my hair. It works wonders. And then I'm just going to do 2 tablespoons of tea tree oil. After I add my tea tree oil, I do approximately 2 tablespoons of argan oil. This is everything that I add to my mix. Feel free to add whatever you would like to yours. The next thing that you want to do is to heat up the mixture on a low setting on your stove top, just to get everything to melt and mix together a lot easier. It took me no more than 5 minutes to get everything to melt. If you're on the impatient side, you could turn the heat up if you really wanted to, but for me, I just waited. But you don't want your heat to be too high because you don't want the oil to bubble or anything, because oil definitely does burn if it gets too hot, and then that will ruin the whole thing. So also you want to just eyeball it to make sure that everything is mixing up, and if you see that anything that you put in your mixture isn't mixing, just get a wooden spoon or anything to stir, and to just stir it up a little bit to help it to finish melting. This is what my mixture looked like once everything was done melting. Those little pieces on the perimeter of the bowl I definitely took out because you don't want that to stay in there. And then after everything is melted, you just want to place it into the fridge. So I set my timer for about 30 minutes and just let it sit in the fridge and do whatever you feel like doing. So the first time I took it out the fridge, it was not at a good consistency. As you can see, it's still too loose, and it's just really not how you want it to be. You want it to almost be at a solid state and not liquidy. So I put it back in the fridge for about another hour, and it was perfect. So to blend everything up, I use aloe vera gel. Aloe vera gel is amazing for your skin and your hair. So aloe vera basically helps the blender to move through a lot easier, breaking up the shea butter. So I just place it on the top and start to blend, starting on the low setting with the blender and working my way up. If I notice that I hit any roadblocks while blending, I add more aloe vera and just continue to go. So as you can see, it's getting all pretty and whipped, and it's super duper soft in my fingers. So shea butter is a little bit hard to whip up, and it takes time and patience, and you don't want to be messy about it because it will fly all over the place and make a huge mess. So definitely just take your time and you will get good results. You just want to continue to eyeball it and make sure that it is at a consistency that you like and that you want, because this product is all for you. Also, when you're blending, you want to make sure that you get up all of the hard blocks of shea butter that will be on the side of the bowl. So you could just use a wooden spoon to scrape everything to the middle just to see what you have left to blend. Because of how thick shea butter is, you will also have to empty out the little blender blades or whatever in the middle of blending everything, and you just really want to focus on the perimeter of the bowls, making sure that you're getting everything and making sure that you get everything as whipped as possible so that it does not reform into that hardened shea butter. This is everything once it's all whipped up. You can see how pretty it looks, how soft it looks, and it definitely has a great consistency because of all of the oil and aloe vera gel that I put into it. So you just want to scoop everything up and make sure it's all whipped. And then you just need a container. This is the container that I used the last time I had my shea butter mix. I just got it from IKEA for about $2. And then I just put it on in there. A lot of people, when they do their shea butter mix, they squeeze it through a plastic bag, and I did that the first couple times that I made the shea butter mix, but I found that it really makes no difference in the consistency. I find that it just makes it prettier when it goes into the jar, but that's really not that important to me. So I just scoop it out and put it into a glass jar of my choice, and I don't find that the consistency is any different. So squeezing it through a plastic bag isn't necessarily important for you to do. This is the end and the final result of how I make my shea butter mix. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Bye guys.